are together, sharing and creating opportunity. Educating, entertaining, that's what we want to do.
So as far as the speaker is concerned, there's only one purpose for coming up onto the stage, and that's to teach people to love themselves and to love each other. So, would you please welcome to the stage the fabulous Craig Goblet?
And it was really the start of my speaking business when I was 30 that I started to understand that I actually need to do something for myself rather than prove to everybody else that I'm enough and I'm loved. A great start is, what's your intention for your life?
How do we help people think about us the way we want to be thought of? I think it starts off with intention. You have to be known as the best choice for one thing. There are thousands of great speakers, and there's tens of thousands of good speakers, and you're just one of them.
The first way is that she knows her audience, and the second is she knows what she wants. In order to breathe correctly, you've got to have the right posture. So you are all mirroring me, all the way down to your fingertips.
Laura Baxter, there was no doubt about it. You have a presence.
Does anybody want to be a blue bear? Does everybody know what their customers think of them? So customer journey mapping is a way to really get an insight of how your speaker's journey is and how you can diversify.
She's a very happy person who travelled around the world with a special companion, her happiness.
I learned that, a little bit of storytelling, a little bit of pain, and then I solved it, and it was nice, but it did not feel comfortable because it was not my story. So how can I get my own story? What is the secret of happiness of the happiest countries of the world? I got so much new content that I deeply changed the way I look at life, and I look at Germany. So success is in Costa Rica or in Denmark. If you have good neighbors, if you have good relationships, if you have time for other people, that's success.
I'm not going to do it. If you don't like to raise your hand, raise your hand! Ah, paradox! Yeah, my first paradox. And you have the letters and the numbers. There's the 7 Habits of Effective Leadership. You know that book? And you have the 5 P's of online marketing. And of course the 3 K's of Flemish entertainment. As a speaker, never, ever bring a xylophone on stage. Things will get... Don't let your trouble drive you mad! Here's my advice from me to you. It's what everyone should do. Then say your head. My. Some people take a lot of risks now.
Because that is essentially what you are as a speaker. You are running a business. We are here to do one thing, and one thing only as speakers, and that is to focus on the needs, the requirements, the hurts, the pains, the desires, the dreams of our customers. If this is your therapy place, don't stand here. But you are here to educate that client, to train that client, to assist that client in reaching where they need to be. You need to become the go-to person, that you need to become value-adding to your client. The last thing is that you need to be continuously improving.
You have superpowers. Congratulations. In this, everyone is communicating in pictures. You need to be you. Guys, you shouldn't get this wrong, right? You can't mix up your Lego and your Playmobil. You never, ever flash unless you're in the dark. If I want to zoom into those flowers, this is how I zoom in. This is how I zoom out. right? This is how it works. And the grid is seriously your best friend in photography.
Join the visual revolution.
Speakers on the bus, speakers on the bus. Tickets please, show your knees, turn around, touch the ground. Speakers on the bus.
We have the pleasure to welcome up as our first speaker this morning, Professor Dr. Niels Brabant.
One thing is very clear, I'm not going to speak about if you go on social media. There is no if. The only question is how. When I asked them, are you fine with carrying a second battery with you for 36,000 euros per year? Nobody ever said no. Most of my Facebook reactions I get when people are at home. Because during work, normally people work. You want to move your people from customers to fans.
I'm going to click here.
Let's start the journey through the world. Where am I? Right? I'm in the blue corner still. And the more I travel the world, the more I am in the blue corner. What characterizes our own industry? Ego.
Ubuntu. I am because you are. Because you must connect before you can educate or entertain. Do you have to consider the diversity of your audience? No. Unless you want to get paid. To get more power for women, typically we would like to have a male introduce us.
People start to compare our speeches towards basically the TED Talks that they see online. Coming from the blue culture basically, and with my finance background, I try to analyze also speeches. And what I do very often, what I look at is a metric called laughs per minute. Just find something that's truth and pain basically as one of the key concepts. Find something that's true to your audience that they will recognize, and then break a pattern.
The point is that for a lot of CFOs, it's a difficult method to start to talk about passion, to start to talk about engagement. What is really your deepest belief from where you work and from where you live? My core value is fun. Fun is a fundament. Maybe having a core value is giving you the trust to show what you can.
I'm grateful that I got out of bed. I'm grateful that I'm healthy. I'm grateful that I have dinner. Who is that about? It's all about me, is when you go to bed. Before you put your head down for the night, write down 3 things you gave. That when we let our own light shine, it does not dim other people's. It invites them to come shine with you.
It helps if you get introduced by a woman, if you're a man. And what happened to me today, 2, and not just any 2, like really powerhouses.
Can we start tweeting about speaker sandwich, please?
You need to meet people at their bus stop in order to get them to go along in your story. We speak of 4 color energies. Be brief, be bright, be gone. Involve me. Show me that you care and give me details.
Who has the 2 thumbs next to each other? Those are the people who do as if they think.
Can I be a rainbow?
Okay, now we're going to spin. Spin back. Spin one more time. The paradigm shift has to go from how much am I going to try to tell you to how do I get you to remember more? People buy trust before they buy a solution, tool, or product. And people buy trust before they buy the provider, meaning you and I. The CEO of Pepsi last year said that the new global currency will be trust. People buy why we do what we do before they buy what we do. what's the major lesson that I can bring to the table? People either go, wow, that is so interesting, tell me more, or they're going, is it over?
Feminine hygiene products. Oil of Olay, facial cream. What does that have to do with speaking opportunities? Now, have you ever balanced a broom on your hand at stage?
No, sir.
He stepped into the playing field. He moved from the stand to the stage. It's not that I don't want to see opportunities or speaking opportunities, it's just I can't see them. Why should we always talk on a stage with the audience there? Why are there not different ways? Why can't I talk from, I don't know, sitting on a seat, on a table, or maybe we can come up with completely different things, finding out new formats. Why should I always talk where people come to me? Why can't I go to people? It becomes true. The more you think those things, the more conventions you go to, and the more you are not changing, the more true it becomes. The broom is actually falling all the time. But I am, with small and quick adjustments, I'm keeping the plan in the air. But actually I'm falling all the time. I'm as good as my last speech. I'm falling. It doesn't matter, as long as I realize it. But with small and quick adjustments, I keep on standing.
So be ruthless in editing down what it is that you have to say. Okay. And we were talking about the term murder your darlings. Murder your darlings. Yes. I mean, I have taken that a little bit too literally, because I used to have children. This is my 4-box model. Yeah? And there's like this scrunching up the pages, and you come on next, and it's like, and it's like some terrible fight with things on stage. He said, Celia, one thing to always remember on stage, the way you touch things tells people how you feel about them. I thought that was good. You know it's good because I said it slowly. But what does esoteric mean? Anyone? No. Difficult to understand, or only meant for a small portion of very intelligent people. Not you. What's the right balance, do you think, between the two? It's not a trick question, I just don't know. The why in sexy is be yourself. Yeah. You don't get a lot of choice because everyone else is taken. So it could be Sunday, I don't know. I'm drunk. Just say the things you truly feel, and not the words of one who kneels. So in 2015, just grab this year right by